Caribbean Sea, but as we move northern, it will calm even more. So my favorite is if it's a calm day, sunset, I think it's a great experience to be over there. Magic carpet can be on deck 16, deck 14, deck 5, and as well, I don't know if some of you probably got some excursion in Panama. Yeah, so this is what we lowered down to sea, and this is from where you embark the tender boats in order to get to the land. Very, very different experience of the traditional, very comfortable way to go in and out the sea if we are tendering. How do we steer the vessel? Now, what Sergio upstairs now is using to alter the course of the ship if it's necessary is, if you see on the left upper side, the autopilot. This small joystick over there. This is from where we alter the ship's course. What if that doesn't work? If that doesn't work, we will press one of the buttons in the main console and we'll take the controls of the ship for the steering on the wheel, hand wheel. This is the one that you have seen in Pirates of the Caribbean, such one, but much smaller. Actually, the bigger the ships get nowadays, the smaller the wheel gets.
Oh,
Interesting.
What if that doesn't work? If that doesn't work, we will press another button.
And a few?
And we will take the control to this black box you see, black wheel in the middle, which is called mini wheel. From there, the officer, by turning that, can steer the vessel. What if that doesn't work?
Oh gosh.
If that doesn't work, we will press another
Try to
button,
swim.
and we will take the controls to the levers that you see. With
Thruster
the arrows,
lever.
turning, spinning arrows, which is actually what I use to maneuver the vessel when we approach or depart from a port, in combination with the bow thruster lever. So what I use is to this, which each one controls one azimuth, in combination with the bow thruster lever that gives the order for the thrusters. What if that doesn't work?
Oh gosh.
If that doesn't work, we will go back here. Next to the wheel, you see two black boxes. We will switch them and we will take the control to the tillers. NFU. NFU. Non-follow up. Now, this bypasses all the other systems, gets connected straight with the azimuths, and by turning the tillers, we can steer the vessel. What if that doesn't work?
You good teacher,
If
Captain
that doesn't
Kirk.
work, we go straight to FU. Which means follow up. I don't know why.
You're a good teacher.
If that doesn't work, the engine officers and the bridge officers will go to the azimuth room themselves, and I will be in communication with them there, and by hydraulic now oil pressure, they can still turn the pod much lower than all these methods, but still they can turn the pod so we can steer the vessel and reach our destination.
wow.
What if that doesn't work?
Shit.
If that doesn't work, you can say you had better days. But in my 25 years, we never had to switch to more than one mode. I mean, if we had an issue with the autopilot, we would switch to hand steering, and that would be all. But what I want to tell you with that is that on ships, because we don't have the luxury of, calling the technician from the home, say, hey, can you please come here? There's a little traffic, I'll be 1 hour late. We are all alone. We have redundancy for all the important elements on board. So and we have at least one. Now going to something so important as the steering of the vessel, you see that we have actually 6 different methods. Yes. Now, once I said, these officers are up on the bridge, and I got a question like, okay, but how do they know where they go? Yeah, by now I guess you have realized we don't go somewhere by luck. I mean, we didn't live on and say, okay, Fort Lauderdale is somewhere there, let's go. It could be, but I think we would be very lucky if every time we would find it. So the way this happens, the way that we prepare a voyage is that the navigating officer, Sahira from Singapore, a wonderful lady, she's our navigating officer, she's exclusively involving with the navigational part of the vessel. So what she does before we start the voyage is that she collects all the info necessary from all these books that you see on the screen, from the US sailing direction, coast pilots, tide and currents, notices to mariners, and many more. And together with the environmental info, in combination with incorporation with our environmental officer, and I'm saying that because I remember when I would go with my father on ships, again in the 80s, when I was just very young. It was normal then, at that time, it was okay. I mean, it was not something illegal or something that they should do secretly. To throw the garbage in the middle of the ocean, on the black bag, throw it. It was okay. I'll tell you that even in the earlier years, on the liners, when the passenger ships were moving immigrants from Europe to America or Australia, if there would be somebody who would pass away on board, they would throw the person at sea, because they had no means of keeping the person on the ship for days. Now, when I started professionally working on ships, the only restriction we had was that we were not allowed to discharge our grey water, meaning the water from the galleys, from your showers, in a distance less than 12 nautical miles from any land. That was the only restriction. Nowadays, we have that one. We have emissions restrictions. But you see what comes out from the panel is pure steam, almost. We have areas, which is where we are currently, that this area belongs to the Dominican Republic in the exclusive economical zone, and it is a marine protected area. So even though we are in the middle of the Caribbean Sea, we don't discharge anything. There are other areas that are protected for wildlife, for whales mainly. So there are many, many, many things. And trust me that if you miss one, when you get to the port, there will be a very big
Problem
number on a paper waiting for you as a fine. And I was